What up, folks? What up, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It's your host Zach. Um, on this channel, we're gonna be doing geopolitical content. Mostly everything that's going on around the world, and mostly African content, also African geopolitical content. And so today we got Kenya, 100 800 French troops, 800 French soldiers were deployed to Kenya. So we're going to get into that and see what Kenya got going on. Yeah. So
Ships have docked at the port of Mombasa for a 4-day stopover as part of a 5-month cooperation mission with the Kenyan Navy. This move is aimed at ensuring free seas and keeping critical straits open for global trade remains a top priority for international naval forces operating in the Indian Ocean. During the visit, the French crews will engage in professional exchanges, maritime security drills and capacity building exercises with Kenyan sailors. The operation also seeks to strengthen cooperation in combating piracy, illegal trafficking and other transnational crimes that continue to threaten shipping routes and maritime trade. Authorities say such partnerships are crucial in ensuring the safety of vital sea lanes linking Africa, Europe and Asia, which are key to the global economy.
It is important to make sure that we are ensuring free and open seas. There are threats regarding the straits. There are threats regarding that are hampering the commercial routes. There are threats regarding trade, and France, alongside Kenya, is keen on making sure that routes remain open. And that security maritime is key. It's key in our partnership, but it's also key for to fight against piracy, to fight against illegal traffics. And this is why France, as also a nation having French overseas territory in the Indian Ocean, Mayotte and La Réunion, is involved with Kenya and other partners to curb these threats that you can see behind me, which is called the Dixmude, and the other one is the Aconite on my left, which is escorting this carrier. And the goal and the purpose of this mission is mainly both a training and an operational mission. So this 5-month mission its main purpose is to ensure the security maritime of the Indian Ocean.
Now 18 minutes past.
France deploys 800 soldiers to Kenya for maritime security training and cooperation.
okay, deploy 800 soldiers to Kenya for maritime security training and cooperation. Whatever that means. I don't know if this is a French journalist that wrote this, but it's already starting to sound like some stuff. But let's keep going and see what's really going on.
On Sunday, March 15, 2026, 7:57 a.m. French soldiers during the past operation. The Christian Science Monitor. At least 800 members of the French army have docked in Kenya in a new phase of the defense partnership between France and Kenya. The troops, which arrived aboard 3 French warships that recently docked at the port of Mombasa, are in the country for a mission focused on training and regional maritime security cooperation.
Okay, the troops arrived in 3 French warships. Why did they have to come in warships? Why couldn't they come in like regular planes and stuff? What? There's some secret shit. There's just stuff going on. Kenya, I better be careful. For real. You know, they never really tell us. They never really tell us what's really going on. They just give you, they beat around the bush and let you figure it out. But that does not sound
According to the French ambassador to Kenya, Arnaud Suad, the deployment is part of a broader security collaboration between Nairobi and Paris aimed at strengthening defense ties and improving stability in the Indian Ocean.
Improving stability in the Indian Ocean. Does Kenya got a war going on in the Indian Ocean, or does Kenya got like pirate problems coming through the Indian Ocean, or what's going on? Kenya. I need to hear from some Kenyans in the comments. Like, is there like a lot of illegals, like in the U.S., like Texas? Are there a lot of illegals coming through the Indian Ocean or something? Or what do y'all need to strengthen stability, strengthen defense ties, and improve stability in the Indian Ocean region? This is crazy. So
Landing
we'll see.
ourselves as one of the new neo-colonial agent satellite client countries. And it's something that we ought to condemn. And I hope that others will raise their voices and tell the current administration that we must not allow ourselves to be twisted around the fingers of one of the worst neo-colonial powers ever, the French, who bewitched us. That you can ask the former slave master. You are former slave. You are asking the former slave master, tell me how to be free. Is it in the former slave master's interest that you are free? No. They are tying you down, this time with invisible chains. All those things that they are saying they are going to discuss. They have been discussed at the UN level. They have been discussed. They were discussed in Rio. They were discussed in Kyoto. They were discussed in Paris. They have been discussed everywhere. The Africans have discussed them. What are the French going to tell us that is new? Nothing, except to say we have found yet another client state which will dominate and exploit and strip to the bone. What is wrong with us? That we cannot see the obvious. We cannot see that this is the second scramble for Africa. And it is an economic scramble for our resource and even our labor. We must wake up. If SADC did so, if ECOWAS did so, if IGAD did so, if COMESA did so, and we traded among ourselves with a population of 1.4 billion, who do we need? We will be so strong that when the world is negotiating with us, they will negotiate with us as Africa. Have we recognized this? Yes, there is no shortage of declaration and recognition that Africa's strength only requires our unity in action. Otherwise, what is happening, and France is just one of them, each former colonizers assembles.
The arrival of French personnel reflects the growing strategic relationship between the two countries, pointing out that the mission aims to improve defense coordination and improve operational readiness between the two armies. A French Navy ship docks at Mombasa, Kenya.
Improve operational readiness between the two armies. Operational readiness. I think Kenya is preparing to. I think France is preparing to go to war, and Kenya's going to get swept in somehow. There's no way. What are y'all coming to train us for? Mary, what are we training for?
December 2025. Photo Faria Hussein. A key focus of the visit will be joint training exercises with the Kenyan Defense Forces, particularly the naval units responsible for safeguarding the Kenyan coast. The mission of the French group deployed here is a cadet training mission. We have some young officers who will finish their training at sea and then join the first unit, said Romain Boyer, spokesman for the French embassy. Boyer emphasized that the deployment goes beyond classroom-style instruction, noting that personnel are participating in real maritime operations while working with Kenyan counterparts. But it's an operational mission. We are training and carrying out an operation at sea. It is an association, especially with the recent war and conflict in the Indian Ocean. He added, French personnel will also provide advanced training to Kenyan naval officers and sailors. The program will focus on maritime operations, coordination at sea, and modern naval tactics designed to improve safety in the region's waters.
Okay. They just said a lot of nothing right there. For real. The program will focus on maritime operation. Okay. A whole lot of nothing. And then conflict in the Indian Ocean. That's what I'm saying. Does Kenya got something going on in the Indian Ocean that I missed out on? I don't think so. But I guess we'll keep reading and see what we find.
Ships comes when Kenya considers strengthening formal defense ties with France through a new agreement currently under review.
You see this? The arrival of warships comes with Kenya considering strengthening formal defense ties with France through a new agreement currently under review. Okay, first of all, why is Kenya trying to be friends with the French when Ibrahim Traore got rid of them? Did y'all forget what they did to Burkina Faso? Are y'all like, there's been a lot of stuff in the news about Kenya. I wonder if the Kenyan president, man,
Defense Cooperation Agreement has been established in the National Assembly of Kenya and seeks to establish a framework governing the French military personnel operating in Kenya. Under the proposed pact, French soldiers could receive diplomatic-style privileges while performing official functions in the country. The agreement would also define the goals for visiting forces, including logistical support, legal protections, and operational guidelines.
you see this under the proposed act, French soldiers could receive diplomatic style privileges. This is the secret language I was talking about in the beginning. That was like diplomatic. They're soldiers. Why can't they just come do their training and go back to? I mean, don't they got enough land in France to do their time out? Can't Kenya train their own soldiers? This is crazy. 54 countries, we can't even train our own damn soldiers. It's 2026. Okay.
Aims to deepen cooperation between Kenya and France in areas such as military training, joint exercises, and intelligence exchange. Lawmakers have invited the public and other stakeholders to submit their views before the agreement is ratified.
I think it's already ratified. If they 3 warships already showed up on land, what do you mean before it's ratified? This thing is already ratified. What the heck?
France remains one of the most capable military powers in the world. The French armed forces is widely considered one of the strongest in Europe thanks to its advanced naval fleets and modern ground forces.
Okay. So, looks like Kenya, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. See if it's really some secret language or is it just some training or, like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments section. And catch y'all on the next one.